Hello and welcome everyone to this month's full moon meditation for the pink moon. Welcome, welcome. I'm Zara Haji and I'm so excited to be with you here this evening. I'm just going to adjust my desk. I got one of these new adjustable desks that you can move up and down. There we go. So as you join us, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and tell us your name and where you're joining us from. So what city you're in and your name. So if you and I are not Facebook friends, I won't be able to see who's with us. So I see a couple of friends, Michelle, welcome, and Robin, welcome. It's lovely to have you with us. And as more of you start signing on, I'd love to hear from you, where you're joining us from and your name. I'm also interested, as many of you who have found me over the years have found me because you've been Googling full moons and periods. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kelly. And so I'm curious, as our group starts to form, I'd love to know who here has their period right now. I can't see you raise your hand, but I do. And I'm curious to know how many of you as well are cycling with the full moon. So as you hop on, I'd love for you to say hello, introduce yourself, and let me know where you are in the world. Hi, Kelly. So far, I know Michelle is here in Toronto, Kelly's here in Toronto. Robin, I'm not sure where you're joining us from. Heidi is here, and Heidi's also joining us from Toronto. So I'd love to know where you're joining us from. So please do introduce yourself and let us know what city you're in, as well as where you are in your cycle. Hi, Claudia. Claudia is from Sweden. Welcome. Claudia has her period, like me. Anyone else on their period right now? And I also want to show you my pink flower in celebration of the pink moon. Anyone else on their period or close to their period, because the full moon is actually coming up on Friday, technically. Today is not the full moon, but we always do the live cast within 3 days of the full moon if it's not the full moon itself. So I'm curious who is getting their period soon or on their period now. Heidi says, my period is due in about 10 days, so looking like a waning moon cycle. Michelle says, my cat is sitting beside me, Benjamin. He likes to participate in meditation. Sweet. Welcome, Michelle and Benjamin. Bama Ray says hello. She's in Coaston, NC. I was about to think it was in Canada, but no, I guess North Carolina. I'm coming to North Carolina on the weekend. I found you, she says, in a fertility yoga group. I was a full moon bleeder, but have recently shifted to a full moon ovulator. Awesome. And been trying to conceive for almost 4 years. Wonderful. Welcome, Bama. Thank you. And Kelly says, yes, she's on her period, but having a rough time this month. Sorry, Kelly. I hope you got my message. Gudrita says, hi, I'm Gudrita, currently in Barcelona. My period just ended today. And Michelle says, my period is about 1 week away. Okay, so why am I asking about your period? As I mentioned, one of the main ways that many of you have found me, and many, many women have found me over the years, is because they've been noticing there's a connection between the moon and their period. And interestingly enough, one of the cycles that is most, noticeable is when you menstruate with the full moon, which is called a red moon cycle. And And for those who are trying to conceive, if you've been doing late night Google searches, you may have heard that the more favorable cycle when you're trying to conceive is to ovulate with the full moon and menstruate with the new moon. So that's called a white moon cycle. And everybody has varies in terms of how they cycle in relationship to the moon. But you may or may not know that how you cycle with the moon really provides awesome and important information about you personally. It's like your personal roadmap, your personal guidance system, like navigational system that you have in your car. Well, you have one right here in your body, and it's encoded in your hormones, or what I like to refer to as your goddess energies. And every week, you actually cycle through a different goddess energy or a different hormonal phase. And there's 4 phases of your cycle, and they correlate with 4 different goddess energies. And so we go through 4 different archetypes that I refer to as the go-getter, which happens at pre-ovulation, wherever you are in your cycle with pre-ovulation, and the nurturer that happens during ovulation, the enchantress that happens during premenstruation, and the wise woman that, or the crone that comes to us during menstruation. So if you're getting your period right now, you may notice that you are tired, that you are needing more sleep, that you're not mentally as quick, that you might be daydreaming, it's hard to concentrate, your sex drive might be non-existent, you might just want to cuddle and be cuddled and snuggled. So there's 5 different aspects of ourselves that change every week throughout the month. Our moods, our mental abilities to concentrate, our physical body, our, so moods and emotions I put together, our physical being, and our intuitive and spiritual guidance. So if you are hearing this for the first time, or this sounds confusing and new to you, I want you to know that this navigational tool, this guidance system, it lives right inside of you. And when you have the map to this information, when you know how to read the signs and signals that your body is sending you every single day, because it is communicating with you every single day, then your life becomes so much better, because you actually are a predictable being. You know, when I first learned about moon cycles and menstrual cycles, and that there actually is a pattern to my moods, my emotions, my mental abilities, my physical being, my spiritual connection and guidance system, when I realized that actually there is a predictable cycle that's happening every month, and I'm the only one that doesn't know about it, but the information is there for me to receive, it was really life-changing for me, because all of a sudden I realized I'm not crazy, or the way I used to say it, I'm not psycho, I'm cyclical. So I want to empower you with that same kind of self-knowledge that gives you, that opens up that that map, that opens up that guidance system for you personally, so you can gracefully make those transitions from each phase, changing phase of your cycle. So as I mentioned, the archetypal energies that change, they correlate with the hormonal changes in your body that correlate with your menstrual cycle and those 4 phases. And so again, if you're hearing this information for the first time, or it's new information for you, like relatively new, like you have some inkling of it, but you really don't get that there is a guidance system, a map, a blueprint that's really embedded and coded inside of you. And if you had the decoder, if you had the map to be able to read this navigational system, you'd actually be able to predict and be able to respond to and nurture yourself in such a self-loving way. That's what my students always tell me, that having this ability to predict what you need at every phase of your cycle, literally by just spending 2 minutes a day, every single day, getting to know what's happening inside of you and plotting that in a systematic way, which I'll tell you about at the end of our meditation tonight, because I do want to get to our meditation, then your life becomes so much smoother and easier and more fulfilling, because you know how to respond to your own needs in a way that is empowering. So stay with us till the end, and I'll share a really special offer that we're doing this month in terms of how to start charting your cycle with the moon. All right, so for those of you who said you are red moon cyclers, let me just see. We have Renee who's joined us. She says, my period is a day late. And Hajnalka says, hi, my period just ended today. Evelyn says, I think I just ovulated like maybe yesterday. So we have a white moon cycler. Kelly says, I need a cuddle. I hear you, Kelly. I'm just here downstairs. Come for a cuddle later. And Kim Marie says, hello, Zara. My period is now on a red moon cycle, though I've had a strange cycle with no real stop of my period from last one. Sounds like what's happening for Kelly. I feel like it's trying to alter. Not sure what's going on, but I'm not worried as I feel it's settling itself. I should be due, but I just can't tell. Happy to be here as always. Wonderful. Welcome, Kim Marie, and we're happy that you're with us. Hello, Elizabeth. And okay, so just to do a little bit of a talk around this particular moon, which we're calling the pink moon, and that's really relevant for us in the northern hemisphere, not so much in the southern hemisphere. So these moon names, they come from the native tradition in North America. And so there's a flower, a wildflower called phlox, and it's a pink flower, and this flower blossoms in abundance during springtime in different parts of North America. And so that's where this moon name came from. And it signifies the beginning of spring. And so oftentimes we think about springtime as a time of blossoming. And this month we're going to take a little bit of a different approach because we're meditating with the full moon using Miranda Gray's wisdom this month, as we often do from month to month here, as Miranda's one of my mentors and beloved friends. And in terms of this month's full moon meditation, what we're focusing on is that darkness where the seeds of transformation are lying there below the surface, underground. And oftentimes, in the past when I've done full moon meditations around the pink moon or springtime, spring equinox, we've talked about planting seeds. And this time, what I want to focus on, which is a little bit different, is not about planting more seeds. I think we all know what we want, and we potentially have been wanting the same thing for a really long time. And so the seeds are there, the seeds are planted. However, we don't have control over when those seeds are going to blossom. They are germinating. Definitely they are there underground in the dark warmth of the belly of Mother Earth. And they have their life energy, they're germinating, and they're going to grow in their own time. So I want to just read a quote from Miranda that I really loved. And let me see, let me find it here. So Miranda Gray says that this April moon, we connect with the soft black moon rays. So it's not pink per se, because that's, as I mentioned, a different reference point, but the moon rays this month are actually soft black, where we find the deepest and strongest feminine energy of inner knowing and of the potential of the cosmic womb. In this energy, it is safe for us to let go and to allow the hidden seeds of transformation the space in which to grow in their own way. So the reason I love this quote so much is we want to actually give space to those seeds of transformation to grow in their own way. And this year is, according to the womb blessing path, for those of us who are walking the womb blessing path, if you're a moon mother, if you have received a womb blessing in the past, or you're going to receive one in the near future, or you've participated in the worldwide womb blessing previously with me, then as a woman on the womb blessing path, we are in a crone year this year. And so what does that mean? It means that the energy of menstruation, the energy of the crone, is really strong this year. And so for those who have mentioned that their period has been long, has been kind of unending, it actually fits with what's happening with the energy of this year, 2019, being a crone year. And the energy of menstruation, the reason I want to come back to this archetype of the crone, because many of us are menstruating with this full moon, the energy of the crone is wisdom, is darkness, it's stillness, it's quiet. It's in the quiet that we hear our guidance. It's in the quiet that life grows. Even in the womb, there's sound, obviously, because there's the whooshing of the waters of the womb, the heart beating, but there's darkness. There's a sense of containment, just like under the earth. There is no light. There is no drama and action. It's a real sense of being underground. And so we don't often appreciate that before things manifest and blossom, that there is a time of stillness and depth and darkness and growth, and that's necessary for the blossoming and the manifestation. We want to just rush through and get to the manifestation. And we want to skip the cyclical nature, because in a masculine world where everything is about go, produce, create, productivity, results, we're missing the other half, which is stillness and quiet and reflection and introspection and depth and rest. Rest being a really big one when it comes to a crone year. And so if you're being called to slow down, if you're being called to rest, if you're being called to quiet and stillness, then you're very much in tune with the energies, not only of this year, but of this particular moon. So I'm curious, because I've talked a lot, I'd love to hear for you personally. This is a different question that I'm asking this month about our intentions. It's a question about what are you going to give space to? What have you already planted? What intentions and seeds have you already planted for your life that you need to give space to grow, that you want to let go and allow that space to grow? So I'm going to give you a few moments to reflect and offer your thoughts about that in your own life. So not so much planting new seeds, but what seeds have you already planted that may not be showing fruit in the timeline that you would have liked or expected, that you are wanting or willing to allow it to grow in its own time. So I'll give you a moment while I drink my water to reflect and share by typing in your comments. And I'll show you my pink flower again. And Medet says hi, hello, from Kuwait. Ooh, cool. Welcome. So what are you giving space to in your own life to grow in its own time? What are you willing to give space to grow? Seeds that you've already planted in your own life. Hi, Leah. Leah's here from Greece. Welcome. All right. Mo says, sacred self-care and self-love. I've planted the seeds of cultivating my daily sadhana and meditation. Beautiful, Mo. That's a wonderful practice, dedicated practice for yourself. Thank you so much for sharing. Welcome. So I'll give it a couple more minutes. All right, Elizabeth says, thinking of my health and not thinking of any negative things. Beautiful. Christine says, desire for children and a desire to let go of the idea that I need to do more to make it happen. Oh, and someone just liked it. I'm gonna like it too. That's beautiful, Christine. And that is such a poignant point that Christine is making. And for so many women who are in our circle and maybe even here tonight that are trying to conceive and maybe have been trying to conceive for several years, and you've planted that seed, the cosmic womb is holding that intention for you. I believe that all of our desired children are there, ready to come to us. Those souls, they know that we are wanting them to come to us. And the idea that we need to do more to make it happen is such a relief when we let go and start to change our vibration around allowing and receiving. So that's beyond the scope of tonight's live cast, but just know, Christine, that you can absolutely change your core vibration, especially your womb vibration, to let go and allow. So that's beautiful. Renee says, I've been intending more financial and body weight flow and ease for a long time, moon after moon, but it's been a fits and starts manifestation. Thank you, Renee, for sharing. Beautiful. And Balma says, trying to make a baby. I'm at a point where I'm really tired of obsessing over it, feel like I've learned what I need to learn, and just to need to do the best I can with it and be present and grateful. Beautiful, Balma. Michelle says, I finally quit my stressful full-time job. Whoa, congratulations, Michelle. In order to pursue my dream career with my husband, and hopefully this will also lead to the start of our family. A few seeds planted, so I'm in a quiet and peaceful time right now as I heal. Beautiful. Nurin says, creating space for others to be as complex as they are and not need to reduce them to one story. Applying this to myself too. Wow, how beautiful. Thank you, Nurin. And Shelly says, same here. Left my full time for myself and my healing. Best to you. Beautiful. Okay, so we have a sense of what we are giving space to under this full pink moon. And that, just to give a little bit of context, I always talk about surrender and letting go versus giving up. And there's a big difference, especially if you're on the journey of trying to achieve something in your life, whether it's a baby, whether it's a relationship, whether it's more financial abundance in your life. There's that sense of striving and going after it and making it happen. And that's a very masculine approach. And so what I like to share with you, and what the feminine wants you to learn and understand, is that you are already worthy. You already deserve everything that you want. And it's time to sit back, allow, and receive. And so the feminine is about receptivity. It's about softening those rigid, contracted edges of stress and tension, and allowing that receptive, receiving, soft, flowing energy. And it feels good. It's a sensual, pleasurable, good feeling to have your needs met without struggling and fighting for it. So let's get ready to relax and allow ourselves to be bathed in April's soft black moon rays. All right, are we ready? So I'm going to invite you to either lie down or sit up with your feet on the floor or on something that feels supportive. And close your eyes. And take a deep breath. Feel your weight being supported by where you're sitting or where you're lying, so in the chair or on the floor. And just let your weight be taken. Feeling your weight sinking down deeper. Bring your awareness now to your lower belly. Feel, know, or see that your womb tree lies within your lower belly. Its beautiful trunk splits into two main branches, and they are full of deep green leaves. Small white flowers and jewel-like fruits on the ends. The tree's roots grow deep into the earth. Follow them down. Now become aware of the full moon above you, bathing you in the most beautiful silver white light. Washing through your aura and over your skin. Within the silver white light lie all the colors of the rainbow, softened into a gentler, feminine vibration. See or feel that within the moonlight are individual rays of soft black light. The soft black light flows over you and through you, down your body and into your womb center. Open your womb and let it fill with the color and energy and love of the Moon Mother. Repeat in your mind, I open my womb center with love to receive the energies of soft black moonlight. I open my womb center to receive the energies of soft black moonlight. I open my womb center with love to receive the energies of soft black moonlight. Enjoy this showering of moonlight, being bathed with soft black rays of the moon in your womb for the next few minutes in silence. Take a deep breath in, giving thanks for the wisdom, the visions that you have received. And begin to grow your womb tree roots deep into the earth, deep into the darkness of the earth. Bring your awareness to your heart and feel gratitude for the healing gift of the Mother Moon. Take a deep breath and smile. When you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. I would love to hear what that experience was like for you. Did you receive a vision, intuitive guidance, a feeling? What did you see or feel or hear? What wisdom are you taking home with you? I'll give you a few moments to write your experience, to share in the comments. Michelle says, I felt a peaceful calmness. Beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. I wanted to share, I left out one line of the quote that Miranda Gray shared. So I'm going to read it again, actually, because I feel like it's very apt. So Miranda Gray says that this April moon, we connect with the soft black moon rays, where we find the deepest and strongest feminine energy of inner knowing and of the potential of the cosmic womb. In this energy, it is safe for us to let go and to allow the hidden seeds of transformation the space in which to grow in their own way. Rest in this energy and you will grow wings. So the reason I wanted to share that last part, rest in this energy and you will grow wings, is I had a vision of a native woman with dark black hair and a bluebird, like a raven, and that sense of soaring high, which I thought was an interesting contrast to what we've been talking about, being buried in the depths of the darkness of the earth. And this was, the black was there, but it was soaring high. So that was the vision that came to me. So let's see what you guys have said. So Christine, or ladies, Christine says, felt a deep sense of rest, taking the wisdom that my intuitive body is wanting the space to relax. Thank you for this opportunity. You're welcome, Christine. Mo says, so calming and supported by Mother Earth. Beautiful. Elizabeth says, feeling renewed and calm. Beautiful. Leah says, I felt like almost leaving my body or getting into deep sleep and suddenly opened my eyes. Peacefulness. Beautiful. Renee says, there were a few layers. Mind active and disturbances in my environment. Felt annoyed by that. But at a deeper level, there was peace. Thank you for this. Beautiful. So as I mentioned at the beginning, you have a navigational tool that's built right inside of your female body through your menstrual cycle and your womb and your hormones. And I really want you to have the key to unlock that guidance and to have that navigational tool at your fingertips every single day to give you that map, to guide you so that you know what you need. You know what you need physically, emotionally, mentally, sexually, spiritually, and that this is your birthright. You as a woman deserve and are, what's the word I'm looking for? It's yours. It's here for you to have. So I hope you will take a moment and look at our Moon Charting Mastery Program, which we have just reduced the price from originally $97 to $77, and now we're giving an additional promotion this month for in honor of the pink moon for only $47. So if you've been following me for a while and you have been really mesmerized by your menstrual cycle's connection to the moon, and it's still mysterious to you, you still have questions, you still want to understand these 4 archetypal energies, well then this complete program will give you everything you need to explore that connection. Meditations to meditate with the phase of the cycle where that goddess energy is strongest. Brand new charts that we've designed to plot and track the different symptoms that you feel in those 5 categories, and space to add your own if there's some symptom that we haven't listed. There is 5 audio tracks that actually explain the hormonal changes, so you'll never be confused again or caught off guard by your hormones. And what I want for you most is to gracefully move from energy, goddess energy to goddess energy, to not feel that bumpy transition through every phase, hormonal change. And also, you know, as a woman, we not only cycle weekly, but we cycle in our lifetime, from adolescence or pre-puberty to puberty to the reproductive years where motherhood is possible, then perimenopause and menopause. So there is a female cycle that happens over the lifetime of a woman, which is mirrored by the cycle that happens through the 4 phases and through the seasons and through the moon. And so a woman's body is mirrored again and again in nature and through her whole life cycle. And so we want graceful transitions. We want that ability to move smoothly and with ease between the different phases of our cycle, and to do it with grace. It means that we do it with skill and confidence in a way that feels good to us. So that's what I wish for you, and I hope that through the full moon meditations that you join me with monthly, that you derive so much benefit. But if you're in the same cycle, then we're only really working with one of your goddess energies, and I want you to work with them all. So I welcome you to check it out. Take advantage of the promotion that we have on this month. And thank you for sharing in tonight's full moon meditation. I really enjoy sharing the space with all of you and bathing together in the soft black rays of this month's moon was beautiful, deep, profound, And I wish for the seeds that you've planted that they have that space to breathe and grow and manifest in their own time without that pressure of constantly looking to see what's happening. So I wish for you that space and stillness and rest in this crone year, in this full moon. And next month we'll be back for full blue flower moon. So we'll announce that date as soon as we have it. I can't remember what it is, but Heidi will share the link for Moon Charting Mastery. Please take advantage of the promotion this month, and we'll see you next month. Sending you lots of love. Bye for now.